Welcome. Our mini class today will be mostly standing, if not all. We'll see how it goes. And our theme is on self-love and acceptance today. So I invite you to welcome whatever arises for you, whether it's physical or emotional or mental, the stuff that we sometimes would rather push away. Could we welcome that in and accept and work on loving all parts of ourselves, even the parts that sometimes cause us some challenge. So that is our practice and our work and our theme today. And I'll see you on the mat. Coming into Tadasana, the mountain pose. And we'll start by just making sure that we're not bringing any tension into the body by doing a little bit of movement here. So you can start by bending and straightening your knees a few times, checking in with your hips, ankles, and knees, seeing how they feel. Great, and then lift your shoulders up towards your ears, take a breath in, roll them back, and exhale as they come down. And do that a few times. I really invite you to notice what you feel in your body. It may feel good, it may be a little uncomfortable at times. Certainly if there's pain, I would recommend that you modify what you're doing so you're not in pain. But whatever else you discover as you go, see if you can acknowledge and bring in or welcome in whatever you notice. So even if it's a little uncomfortable, or especially if something is challenging for you today, can you be with the challenge without wishing it were a different way? So I'm going to shift the weight from one foot to the other. Just get a feel for that little rocking movement. And then finding your way back to an even stance with weight on both feet, weight in the heels as well as in the balls of the feet. And then taking the arms, turning the palms out to the sides, taking a breath in. And as if we could gather all of who we are and bring the hands together and welcome our full selves into our own hearts. Again, gathering all of who we are, the good, the bad, the ugly, the parts we would maybe rather not look at some days, and invite all of that in. And then holding the hands at the heart, put a little bit of pressure into the palms against one another. Feel your muscles across the shoulders and chest wake up, the wrists and forearms, maybe feeling a little stretch here. You can also try taking the heels of the hands apart, pressing the fingers together, and inviting a little stretch into the hands. And then release, do a few circles with your wrists. One way and then the other. And then give the hands a shake. And you can shake them up overhead, shake them up to the sides, shake them down, shoulders, and then just get the whole body into that, just releasing any tension. And then pause for a moment, come back to mountain pose and notice what you are aware of in terms of sensation in your body now after just that little bit of movement. We work a little bit with balance today in a few different ways. So one way is with both feet on the ground, simply lifting the heels. And it sounds like it should be easy, but you might be surprised to know it's actually more challenging than it sounds. So we'll start by simply lifting the heels, coming onto the toes and noticing how your balance is there, and then dropping the heels back down. So again, lifting up. And you can lift just a little bit, or you can lift right up onto your toes as high as you comfortably can. And then release. Notice how your feet feel as you do this. Right? And then we'll add in arm movement. So as you lift the heels, by lifting the arms overhead, and then see if you can lower the heels as slowly as you lifted them. That tends to be a little bit trickier. So lifting the arms, lifting the heels, lowering the arms, lowering the heels. And if you lose your balance and have to take a step, so be it. So if you can welcome that in. And even if you get frustrated with yourself, welcome that in. So don't push anything away today. And that way we come to, we call radical self-love. Not just surface, but accepting all of it. So let's come back to shifting weight from one foot to the other. And this time you can start to lift your heel right off the ground. Maybe lift the toes. Or if you feel you need the balance, you can keep the toes down. And you can even try lifting the leg right up, as if you're marching slowly on the spot. And then a little coordination for the two sides of the brain. So as one knee lifts, opposite arm comes forward, other arm goes back. So again, like we're marching on the spot. And if you want to work a little more, take the leg higher, take the arm higher, and we'll do a few more on each side. Waking up your legs, waking up your arms. Good, and then come down. Both feet down. Take the feet a little wider, bring your hands to your hips. We'll do a few circles with the hips. Make your circle as big or as small as feels right for you. And stay tuned into the sensations. Notice what you notice. Try not to check out mentally. So stay really present. It's often easier to stay present when we're having fun and things feel good. We tend to check out a little more when things are challenging. So see if you can find that presence, whether you feel good and happy or when you feel a little bit challenged in your body or in your life. The arms come to the sides, soften your knees a little bit. Press down with the shoulders. Right, and taking one arm up, reach the other hand down the side of the leg, and we'll go side to side. Don't worry about your breath here, just make sure you're breathing. And it's not about going as far as you can to either side, but really just letting the body flow in a way that feels easeful, that feels comfortable. And for you, it might be just being more upright and moving the arms. For some of you, it may feel good to take it a little further to the side. Right, and then releasing to come back. Moving the feet in side by side. We'll take a breath in and reach up. And we're coming into a forward bend. So you want to bend your knees, let your chest come down toward your thighs, arms sweep toward the ground, head releases down, and then you'll come all the way up again. So at your own pace, a few more times. And then this time, if you like, you can stay in that forward bend. So either your hands or elbows could come to your thighs, or you could hold your arms and let your arms hang, or just let them hang loose. And when you're ready, coming all the way up, reaching overhead and releasing your arms down to your sides. The next one you can do using a chair for balance, or you can do without the chair. And what we'll do is, it's almost like you're skating or skiing. You're going to take one leg back and push back. You want to keep that leg more or less straight. You don't want to bend the leg as it lifts. And ideally, you're keeping your upper body upright. So we're not kind of going over forward, but so if you want to use a chair, you can come forward and hold the chair. But as you lift one leg, lift the chest, bring it down. Lift the chest, bring it down. Now, if you feel confident here without a chair, as the leg goes back, you can take the arms and release. Take the arms up and release. Right, and then coming back to mountain pose. The next one is similar. You can hold a chair if you like and work with one side at a time. We'll inhale and lift one or both arms. Exhale, bring one knee in. If you're working holding a chair, stay with the same side. If you're not using support, you can switch sides. So you'd just do one leg over and over, maybe 3-4 times if you need the support. Otherwise, you're alternating sides with both arms. And if you've been doing just one side, you can turn around or take your chair to the other side and do a few with the other side as well. All right, make the next one your last one. Hopefully you've done roughly an even number on both sides. But if not, feel free to carry on until you feel even. And then come back to your mountain pose or Tadasana. So we're going to bring in a little bit of a sequence that uses that movement to begin with. You could use a chair if you find that helpful to come forward to, and I'll show you both ways. So if you have a chair and you have it handy, you want to be a little bit back away from your chair. We'll take a breath in, reach up. You'll lift one knee, and you can either keep the toes on the ground or bring the knee right in towards your body, and then step back for warrior one. Okay. From here, if you have a chair and you want to use it, you can bring your hands to your chair. If not, you can bring your hands to the knee or to the ground. So wherever you find yourself, we're going to work with that front leg, moving a little straighter, a little more bent. A little straighter, a little more bent. You want to be cautious if you've got your hands on your knee or above your knee that you're not pressing your knee back into hyperextension. So keep it a little bit bent just to protect the knee there, or let your hands come to a chair or the ground. Right, now from here, depending where you are, we're going to take the arms out to the sides, long spine. You could continue to use your chair if you like. Step onto your front foot, lift your chest as you lift the leg. So again, you could be working on your balance a little more or holding on. Stepping back, find your warrior one again. Stability through both feet now. Let's step onto the front foot, bring the back leg in. Again, toes could be on the ground. You can bring the knee right up. And then foot comes down, arms reach up. And releasing. We'll do the other side, same idea. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale to lift the knee a little or a lot. Step back, warrior one. And then forward bend, any version, right? Hands could be on a chair. You could be a little closer to the chair if you like. Hands on the knee or to the ground. And then working with that gentle little bit of bend and straightening for the front leg. And then putting your weight onto your front foot. Again, you can come up from the ground or you can stay holding onto a chair. I'm going to slowly lift the back leg, and if you like, arms to the sides. And breathe. When you're ready, step back to warrior one. And then we'll step onto the front foot, bring the leg through, either toes stay down or lift up. And then releasing Foot down, arms up. Exhale and release. Wonderful. So if you have a chair handy and you want to use it for the next series to come to a forward bend, you can. We'll do something like a sun salutation. So if you're familiar with that and you want to do a regular old sun salutation without the chair, then feel free to freestyle here. And I would recommend, if you're using a mat, to have your chair on your mat so it's not going to slide away from you. Or if you have a wall handy or a couch, you can put the chair up against it so you're not pushing the chair away. So coming about a foot or so away from your chair. And again, you can do this without a chair too, just reaching toward the ground for a forward bend. You can lift up with the breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees a little, come forward. So let's do that again. Inhale and lift. Exhale, forward. Great. Now this time you're going to step one foot back, toes down, reach the heel towards the ground, and pause here. So this would be a lunge if you're doing a normal sun salutation. So this next part is coming into a modified kind of downward dog. So I'm going to step the other foot back, and you can place your feet so they're more or less under your hips, bend your knees, and stretch your arms overhead, head coming between the arms. So if you're not using a chair and you're familiar with downward dog, the hands and feet would be on the ground. Great. Let your body come forward a little and step the foot that was back forward towards your chair. You can come up onto the toes of the back foot, maybe even stretch back a little and reach the heel down to stretch the calf a bit more. And then step forward, foot beside your other foot, bend your knees a little, and come all the way up with the breath in. And exhale to release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come forward. We'll repeat that sequence. Okay. Coming up over your hands, let's step back with the foot that you didn't step back with last time. So reach back, press the heel down toward the ground, feel your calf get a little bit of stretch. And then you can step both feet back, so you can adjust the position of your feet so that the hips and heels more or less line up. Knees a little bent, head coming down between the arms. Right, and then the leg that was back will step forward. You can step a little further back with the other leg if you like. So you want to feel that stretch. If you're too close, you're not going to feel much stretch in your calf. So stepping it back a little, reaching the heel down, give you a little more stretch into that calf. And then we'll step forward, soften your knees, come all the way up, breathing in. And exhale to release. So again, coming back to Tadasana, where we started, mountain pose. Take a moment to tune into how your body feels now after just a little bit of movement. What are you aware of with your breath now? And taking the arms out to the sides, lifting up. Bring the hands together overhead. Bring the hands down and bowing forward. Releasing the hands towards the ground or onto the legs or elbows to knees. Take a couple of breaths here. And then gathering all of that energy of ourselves back into our heart. And as you step off your mat today and move into your life, I invite you and encourage you to take this theme of self-acceptance with you. We're all going to mess up from time to time. And when we do, if we can accept, love ourselves and move on, we can learn from it, of course. But beating ourselves up or creating more tension is never, ever the way to growth or to self-love. So accepting where we're at, working to create the life that we want, forgiving ourselves when we get in our own way. Namaste.